Friends and comrades, in this episode of Politically Correct, I would like to talk to you about an interesting development taking place in the process of opposition unity. We talked in the last episodes about what is happening at the center. In particular, the Congress Party and the so-called G23 organizing opposition conclave in the name of birthday celebrations, but that was being done by a large party. The largest today amongst the opposition is the Congress Party. So the trend was that one big party and other smaller parties uniting with that party, working around it. So in NDA it was BJP, in UPA it is Congress. But in the state level, the interesting development I was referring to is about the regional parties taking smaller parties, imitating perhaps the center. Let us take the example of Uttar Pradesh. At one point, Mayawati's BSP went with BJP, then it went with Congress in the last elections. But now, all parties are wary of similar parties and they are inviting quite small parties, electorally insignificant, new, without members in the assembly. They are being quoted by larger parties like Samajwadi Party, BSP, or even Congress in Uttar Pradesh is talking about rallying small parties rather than reviving its partnership with either Socialist Samajwadi Party or even BSP. Of course, they didn't have any formal alliance with BSP. But the point that I want to drive at is that the opposition parties are desperately lacking the input either from within the opposition ranks or from outside the expert community of running a opposition collaboration. You see, it is not easy to build partnership, particularly in Indian political and social culture, where leadership decides most organizational things. And in a leadership-based politics, where there is a hierarchy of decision making, a horizontal consultation is too much to ask for. That is why the opposition parties find it difficult to come together. They must realize that they would need expertise on partnership building, coalition making, conflict resolution, reconciliation of contrasting ideas and perspectives. I do not think as they are involved in the process, they will be able to do it themselves. So if they would do it in a professional, methodical and modern way, I think the opposition unity would become a reality. To give one instance, they have to put the principle before the person. Politics before the people. Mission before the men and women. It is now the other way around. We put the people, we put men and women before principles and politics. That will not work. People will fall in place if the organizing principle is laid out clearly, transparently in front of everyone. I am hinting at expert-led political partnership building because as involved parties, people tend to become self-conscious and at times self-righteous. But for a larger cause, what is required is a shared space, shared mission and self-effacing approach, not self-aggrandizing method. Take for example the politics in Germany. The two major rival parties, Social Democrats and the Christian Democrats have come together more than once to form the government. The Christian Democrats of Merkel fell short of a few seats, 5 or 6, and they invited their major rival, the Social Democrats, to join them in the government, not other rightist parties. So in the national interest, if that is the mandate, Germans realize that it is mandatory on them to form the government. So it is possible, even in our country, for the opposition and the ruling party to come together on issues like national security, employment, health emergency. These are the issues which cut across social boundaries, political differences, even ideological differences. So politics need not be adversarial at all times and all issues. Politics can be constructive and collaborative. If these spirit, mechanisms and imperatives are understood by political parties, they will not be shy of talking to parties of their size and strength instead of rallying smaller parties to expand their social and political base. So partnership building is an expert exercise. Political parties should not be shy of admitting that they need specialist input and sources. Now the latest trend is to engage election strategists, and most parties are doing so for branding, for advertising, for strategizing. So election strategy expert is an in thing now, but that's for elections. But before elections, a formidable political platform has to be built to challenge a monolith, a big party like BJP. This was the case against Congress in 1975-77. History is repeating, and the same situation stares the political actors vis-a-vis BJP. So it's nothing new. What is new is to bring the disparate political forces together to build a formidable opposition to the ruling party. Without a sound, strong, robust opposition platform, even the ruling party may falter. That's not good for a healthy democracy. So my perspective and plea is that political parties should work on modern organizing principles, even with the help of experts from within or outside, and build a solid political culture which is conducive to a vibrant democracy. Thank you.